Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Cristiano Ronaldo could be an injury doubt for Manchester United's game against Aston Villa tomorrow. Cristiano Ronaldo was forced to leave Manchester United's training session early on Thursday after picking up a thigh injury. Ronaldo missed Manchester United's game against Aston Villa in the FA Cup third round last Monday due to a minor muscular problem. Yesterday, Ronaldo gave an interview. Ronaldo is backing Ralph Rangnick to do a good job at Manchester United. And Ronaldo also said, "I'm not at Manchester United to compete for 6th or 7th. Ronaldo's recently been targeted by PSG. The other week, Ronaldo held crisis talks with his agent George Mendes about his future. And Ronaldo did mention that he's ready to quit Manchester United if the club's next manager isn't to his liking. Since Ronaldo re-signed for Man United, he's scored 14 goals in all competitions and he's got over 800 goals in his career. Manchester United re-signed Ronaldo last summer for 20 million with add-ons included. He wears the number 7 shirt and he's got a contract with Man United until 2023. There's an option of a further year. Ronaldo receives £480,000 a week, so he's the highest earner at Man United at the moment. Ronaldo is the best player in the world overall, though. He's won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. But Manchester United have relied on Ronaldo far too much since he re-signed. He's saved Manchester United quite a few times, so disregarding him, Man United would be in a worse position than they're in now. So that's the news on Ronaldo. Luke Shaw or Scott McTominay won't be playing against Aston Villa tomorrow because they're both suspended. Paul Pogba won't be playing any part tomorrow because he's out with a hip injury. Prior to the game against Aston Villa in the Cup, Ralph Rangnick provided us with an injury update on Pogba. He said Pogba is going to be out for at least another 4 weeks. The other week, Paul Pogba denied being offered a new Manchester United contract. The Sun said, didn't they, that Manchester United offered Paul Pogba a new £500,000 a week contract that would have made Pogba the highest paid player in Premier League history. Pogba is out of contract in the summer. There's a good chance he'll leave Man United in the summer. I have been hearing that PSG are interested in him. Eric Bailly, he won't be playing any part tomorrow against Aston Villa because Bailly is at the African Cup of Nations. The last game Bailly played for Manchester United was the 3-1 win against Burnley. But obviously Bailly came off injured in that game. and he had to be replaced by Varane. Bailly is injury prone, which is a concern. Eric Bailly is leaving Manchester United. DiMarzio recently said that Bailly has agreed to join AC Milan. AC Milan want Bailly on loan, and the loan will include either an option to buy or an obligation to buy. Eric Bailly is extremely interested in making a move to Italy. You know, Eric Bailly doesn't really get in our team, does he? He lost his place in the team a while ago with the club signing Varane last summer, and for a while now, you know, Lindelof's been preferred to Bailly. Back in April, Bailly signed a new contract with Man United until 2024. He's been at Manchester United for 6 years. He's made 113 appearances in all competitions, and he scored just one goal, and that goal came against Swansea quite a few years ago now. You know, we got him from Villarreal back in 2016. Manchester United paid 30 million. Amad Diallo, he's at the African Cup of Nations as well. He's going out on loan. And Anthony Martial, he's recently been out with injury, but Martial doesn't really get in the team anyway. There's a good chance Martial will be leaving Manchester United this year, but we may have to wait until the summer to offload him, because he recently said that Sevilla have culled their interest in Martial, and Romano said Sevilla can't pay Anthony Martial's full salary plus loan fee. Towards the end of last year, Manchester United rejected a loan offer from Sevilla for Martial. Martial's made it clear that he's not interested in making a move to Newcastle. Last year, Rangnick confirmed that Martial wants to leave Manchester United, as Martial did hold talks with Rangnick over his future, and Martial's agent confirmed last year that Martial wants to leave Man United this month. Martial is demanding more game time at Manchester United. He's getting nowhere near enough game time. You know, the best season he enjoyed at Man United was his debut season under Louis van Gaal. Manchester United paid the initial fee of 36 million for Martial from Monaco back in 2015. Martial's been at the club for 7 years and he's under contract with Man United until 2024. Like I updated you on the preview for the Villa game, Diego Dalot is expected to be available for the game tomorrow. Dalot played in the cup game against Villa last Monday, did alright. Picked up an injury in the first half. I think it was an ankle injury, but obviously the injury wasn't too serious. Dalot's had some good games this season, especially under Rangnick. He's appeared to be our first choice right back under Rangnick. But Rangnick will make some changes in this game against Villa from the cup game against Villa. You know, Manchester United will face Aston Villa for the second time this week. You know, Manchester United beat Aston Villa 1-0 in the FA Cup third round last Monday. You know, the only goal of the game came from a Scott McTominay header. It was a good header by McTominay, and it was McTominay's second goal of the season. McTominay got man of the match. McTominay has done well in the last few games, so it's a shame he's not available for this one tomorrow. It was a lovely cross by Fred to pick out McTominay. But it was a poor performance by Manchester United against Villa in the Cup. I thought Villa dominated large periods of the game. You know, they put Manchester United under pressure. You know, they kept the ball well. They carved openings. They created very good chances. Aston Villa did have 2 goals disallowed for offside. Danny Ings had his goal ruled out by VAR because in the build-up, Jacob Ramsey was caught in an offside position and Ramsey was blocking Cavani. VAR were also checking for the possible handball by Danny Ings. And Ollie Watkins, he also had his goal disallowed. So Villa would have been happy with the performance last Monday. They'd just been disappointed with the result. Last Monday, was Steven Gerrard's first time at Old Trafford as a manager. Steven Gerrard is Aston Villa's manager. When Aston Villa appointed him in, Steven Gerrard signed a 3.5-year deal. So that means he's got a contract with Aston Villa until 2024. I think Steven Gerrard's done pretty well at Villa, but Villa have been a bit out of form in recent weeks. Before Aston Villa, Steven Gerrard managed Rangers. He won the Scottish Premiership with Rangers, so he did well there. And before then, he managed Liverpool's under-18s. Before Steven Gerrard, Aston Villa had Dean Smith. They sacked Dean Smith earlier on this season. Dean Smith is now the Norwich City manager. Recently, Aston Villa signed Lucas Digne from Everton. Aston Villa paid around £25 million for him. Lucas Digne could be making his debut for Aston Villa tomorrow. Good transfer business by Aston Villa. Bad blow for Everton though, to lose Lucas Digne. Last week, Aston Villa signed Philippe Coutinho from Barcelona on loan until the end of the season. Philippe Coutinho didn't play any part in the cup game last Monday because he has been away, plus he had COVID not so long ago. There's a good chance that Coutinho will be making his debut for Aston Villa tomorrow. So yeah, Steven Gerrard has made 2 signings so far at Villa, is it? But like I said on the preview, Aston Villa have got very, very good players in their team. Obviously they have got Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey didn't play any part in the cup game last Monday because Leon Bailey has been out with injury. Leon Bailey's made an impact at Aston Villa. Aston Villa got Leon Bailey from Bayer Leverkusen. Aston Villa have also got Ollie Watkins. He obviously played in the cup game last Monday, like I mentioned earlier. He played well, had a goal disallowed, and he hit the crossbar. That chance came from a terrible touch by Victor Lindelof. Ollie Watkins had COVID not so long ago. Ollie Watkins is a former Brentford player. They've also got Danny Ings as well of Villa. He's made an impact to Villa, but Danny Ings is injury prone. Danny Ings obviously played in the cup game last Monday, and obviously he had a goal disallowed, like I mentioned. I thought Danny Ings was a good player when he was at Southampton. I also thought he was good when he was at Liverpool. They've also got Bertrand Traore. Bertrand Traore is at the African Cup of Nations at the moment, so he's not available. They've got Trezeguet. He's also not available at the moment for Aston Villa because he's at the African Cup of Nations. John McGinn, they've also got him. John McGinn won't be available for this game because he is suspended. John McGinn is one of the best players that Villa have got. McGinn played in the cup last Monday, had a good chance in the game that produced a good save from David De Gea. Villa have also got Douglas Luiz. To be honest with you, I don't really rate Douglas Luiz. He did play in a cup game last Monday. They've also got Jacob Ramsey. Marvellous Nakamba. He didn't play in the cup game last Monday because he's out with injury. They've got Morgan Sanson. Ezri Konsa, he's a very good defender. He played in the cup game last Monday. Tyrone Mings, he's a very good centre-half. Manchester United were linked with him a while ago. They've got Matt Targett and Matty Cash. They played in the cup game last Monday. Matty Cash had a good chance in that game. Produced a good save from De Gea. Obviously, they've got Ashley Young. Ashley Young has been out with a toe injury. Ashley Young is in his second spell at Aston Villa. Don't forget, Young is a former Manchester United player. Young was a long-serving player at Man United. He was at Man United for 8.5 years. And Aston Villa's goalkeeper is Martinez. Martinez is Aston Villa's first choice goalkeeper. So they've got a pretty good squad. Let me put into the equation that Aston Villa have just lost Anwar El Ghazi to Everton. I think he's gone to Everton on loan until the end of the season. Aston Villa also lost Jack Grealish to Man City, but Villa did receive £100 million for him. Not so long ago, Axel Tuanzebe left Aston Villa to join Napoli on loan, and last summer Villa lost Tom Heaton because Manchester United got him on a free transfer. Manchester United won this fixture at Villa Park last season 3-1, but Villa won in the league at Old Trafford earlier on this season 1-0. That was the first time Aston Villa won at Old Trafford since 2009. Manchester United's next game after Villa is Brentford. That's Wednesday the 19th of January. That's a rearranged game because Man United were supposed to be playing Brentford away on Tuesday the 14th of December last year, but got postponed due to a COVID outbreak at Man United. Now obviously the news on the transfers. This morning I gave you the news on Fabian Ruiz. It said Manchester United are in pole position to sign Napoli midfielder Fabian Ruiz this summer, according to reports in Italy. Manchester United are seeing Fabian Ruiz as an alternative to Declan Rice, and Napoli target Tottenham's Tanguy and Ndombele as a replacement for Fabian Ruiz. Arsenal and Liverpool have also been in for him. His contract at Napoli expires next year. Fabian Ruiz has been at Napoli for 4 years. He's made 147 appearances in all competitions. Napoli got Fabian Ruiz from Real Betis. They paid around €30 million. At one point he had a loan spell with Elche. He is the age of 25 and he's a central midfielder. Yesterday I gave you the news on Tariq Lamptey from Brighton. It said Manchester United are interested in signing Tariq Lamptey from Brighton. Manchester United value him at 30 million, but Brighton value him at 40 million, so Manchester United are 10 million short of Brighton's valuation. Arsenal have also been interested in him. Rangnick is targeting a new right back. Man United have got 2 right backs at the moment. That's Diego Dalot and Wan-Bissaka. But revert back to Tariq Lamptey. I think he's a very good right back. He's done well at Brighton. He's been at Brighton for 2 years. He's made 31 appearances in the Premier League and scored 1 goal. He's got a contract with Brighton till 2025. Before Brighton, Tariq Lamptey was at Chelsea. Man United have been relentlessly linked with Denis Zakaria recently from Borussia Mönchengladbach. Bild said the other day that Manchester United made an offer to the agents of Denis Zakaria. Manchester United have held talks with Denis Zakaria's representatives. And Borussia Mönchengladbach are willing to sell Denis Zakaria for just 5 million this month. He's out of contract at Borussia Mönchengladbach at the end of the season. I'm hoping Manchester United can make a signing this month, but there'll definitely be more outgoings this month than incomings. Definitely. Ralf Rangnick is Manchester United's interim manager until the end of the season. Then it did mention that Rangnick would continue in a consultancy role for a further 2 years, but the consultancy role for Rangnick is now in doubt. I'm very, very sceptical that Man United will offer Ralf Rangnick the job on a permanent basis. Rangnick has been Manchester United's interim manager for over a month now. He's lost 1 game so far as Manchester United manager, because the other week Man United lost 1-0 to Wolves at Old Trafford. That was the first time Wolves won at Old Trafford since 1980. But like I've said to you, reflected on the poor performances under Rangnick, Rangnick's blameless. The players are to blame for the poor performances. The players are the biggest problem at Man United at the moment, because their performances aren't good enough. Revert back to the other week, there was reports coming out saying that Rangnick is already losing the dressing room at Man United. And it said 17 Manchester United players are unhappy with Rangnick, and it said Rangnick's already under pressure. But despite all of that, Rangnick will be backed by the Glazers this month, as Rangnick got told that transfer funds are available this month. I'm hoping Rangnick can win a trophy at Man United this season, because Man United have not won a trophy since 2017. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Before Manchester United, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. But credit to Rangnick, he has made changes since he's come in, because earlier on in the season he brought Ewan Sharp in as an assistant coach and analyst. Earlier on in the season he brought Chris Armas in as an assistant coach, and he also brought Saz Chalens in as a sports psychologist. In the summer, I can assure that Manchester United will appoint a permanent manager. There's a good chance that Mauricio Pochettino will be Man United's next permanent manager, because reports from France said not so long ago that Man United are in secret contact with Pochettino, despite Pochettino not being Ralf Rangnick's first choice. The Manchester Evening News said not so long ago that Pochettino's move to Man United is almost done. It mentioned that Pochettino wants Man United and Man United want Pochettino. Pochettino will apparently leave PSG by June at the latest. PSG have got their replacement for Pochettino, and that is Zidane, because it did mention that PSG have agreed terms with Zidane. Earlier on this season, it said that Man United were prepared to pay the 10 million compensation fee to get Pochettino. Earlier on this season, he disregarded rumours linking him to Man United, because Pochettino came out a few times and said that I'm happy at PSG. I think Pochettino's won a French Cup at PSG. I think he's got under a year left now on his contract. Revert back to when Man United sacked Mourinho. Manchester United should have got Pochettino, but obviously the club decided to go with Solskjaer instead. He's a good manager, Pochettino, even though he's hardly won anything. He's proven in the Premier League as well, because before he managed Tottenham and before he managed Southampton. Erik ten Hag, he could possibly become Man United's next permanent manager. Yeah, the other week it said Erik ten Hag was leading the race to become Man United's next permanent manager. There's a lot of United fans that would like to see him get recommended in. You've got to admire the work that Erik ten Hag has done at Ajax. He's won a couple of titles with them. Back in 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals. And I like the way he develops young players. He's been Ajax manager for around 5 years. He's got a contract with Ajax until 2023. Before Ajax, he managed Utrecht. Before then, he managed Bayern Munich's reserves. And before then, he managed Go Ahead Eagles. Man United are looking for the 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. We've sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson retired. Man United sacked David Moyes, sacked Louis van Gaal, we sacked Jose Mourinho, and of course we sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer last year. But Manchester United have not been the same team since Ferguson retired. And like I've said, no one's going to replicate what Ferguson did at the club. Ferguson, greatest manager of all time. He brought success to Manchester United because he won 30 odd trophies, including 13 Premier League titles. But he didn't settle in straight away, Ferguson, because he didn't win out in his first 4 years. Alex Ferguson was a long-serving manager at Man United. He was at Man United for around 26 years. Since Ferguson, Man United have spent over £1 billion, and we've brought over 40 odd players in since Ferguson retired. As you all know, Ed Woodward is leaving Manchester United at the end of this month. Ed Woodward has had a 17-year association with the club. Woodward's been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. But anyway, Richard Arnold is replacing Ed Woodward as the new chief executive. Richard Arnold will become Manchester United's chief executive on the 1st of February. The Glazers are still at Man United. They've been at the club now for around 16 and a half, 17 years. They've been one of the biggest problems at the club for a long time as well. Revert back to April last year, don't forget, they were planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League, and obviously a lot of United fans were protesting against it, at the Carrington training ground, and then obviously outside Old Trafford. The Glazers bought Manchester United for 500 million back in 2005. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.